Good morning. Hi, good morning. I'm Sunshine. I am ABCube tutor. This is the ABCube method for solving Rubik's Cubes, and I like to play with Rubik's Cubes. So, ta-da! How are you guys doing? I won't ask if you're ready for Christmas. Alrighty. Okay. I am off center. I haven't quite set up my desk properly yet. Alright. Rubik's ABCube method solves every method of Rubik's Cubes. Bring me your non-cuber friends and let's play. Let's have fun. Void cube as well. This method, just formula A is 4 moves, formula B is 8 moves, and you don't have to memorize. It's 1 row, 2 columns, 1 row, 1 column, and you don't have to memorize which columns do what. You just have to select a cube that you want to move and apply the formula to it, and magical things happen. Yesterday I did the first 4 corners, which for me are yellow, and I did the second 4 corners on the void cube, on the 2x2, which solved that. Now we're going to do the second 4 corners on all of the cubes, simply because I treat all of the cubes the exact same way. I don't discriminate. So good morning, hi. Alright, so formula A brought the pieces to I'm looking only at corners, I'm looking only at yellow. Formula A brought the pieces to the top, and when they needed to be moved around, formula B moved them around, formula A brought the color back to the top, and so the first 4 corners are correct to each other. Now I'm going to, those yellow cubed corners that are happy are now going to put them face down, drop them down, and I'm going to abandon them while I work on the second 4 corners. I'm going to abandon them because I trust them to take care of themselves, because formula A and formula B doesn't ever mess up the bottom parts. It only messes up the 3 pieces that you specifically want to move. So the first thing, just like I brought the yellow to the top, I'll determine what color is opposite yellow, which is white on all of the cubes that I have, except for this one. Opposite yellow is red on this one. But anyway, so you determine which color is opposite yellow, and it's white, and so we're going to bring the white corners to the top. This one's already there, so I'll start with that protected. And now with the yellows, I look to see if the yellow was if the active color that I was working on was on top. I don't have to now because I know that by definition they're all on top. So I look with this corner protected, stable. I look to see at this corner to see if my white color, my active color, is on top, the top face. And if it is, then I work on a different corner, and if not, then I work on this one. So formula A brings the color to the top and twists it around if it's already there. So bottom row, right column, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. White's on top. Okay, now I don't want to rotate the cube because I'm trusting my yellows to stay where they are, and so I rotate the top row so that I can work. I have a different cube that needs attention in the same space. So out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. White's on top. Slide it out of the way. Whoopsie! Don't bump my camera. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. And when my white is on top on all of the, when I'm through with my step of the white being on top on all 4 corners, now I can look at my yellow and see, oh, yep, they're still happy. If I had looked at the yellows before, when I was midway through my cycle, they would have looked scrambled and I would have had to start over. So we're abandoning it. Now, so let's bring the white to the top on these ones as well. Again, the yellow is face down. About 1 row, 1 column, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. When it's on top, rotate the top row to move it out of the way and continue on this corner. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. And it will be an even number less than 6. Slide it away. Don't turn the cube because we don't want to mess with the yellows. We trust in them. They're trusting us. Alright, so again, out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up, whatever it takes to get to the top, and slide the top, keep the cube stable, and keep going with this one. And whites are on top. When the whites are on top, then I can check my yellow and see that it's still happy. Everything's fine. Do it on this one. Yellow goes face down. This one's already white, so I'm going to apply bottom row, right column. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. This is, okay, so white's on top, slide it out of the way. White's there as well, slide it out of the way. Keep the cube stable, and we're going to bring this one to the top. And we can see that our yellows are bouncing around doing things, but it doesn't matter, because when the white's to the top, the yellows are back the way they wanted to be. Just like Elf on the Shelf. Good morning! Hi, you guys. Okay, so white's on top on all of these. Yellow is still happy. Who loves me? Wait, what? Oh, okay. Alrighty, so white's on top. The next thing we do is we look to see whether the other colors, we're only looking at the corners right now, we're only looking to see whether the other colors of the top match each other. And either all of them will match, none of them will match, or one side will match. You cannot have two sides or three sides that match without all of them matching. Unless you've been peeling stickers off, don't do that. Alright, so blue does not equal orange, green equals green, red does not equal blue, orange does not equal red. So this one has one side. This one, red does not equal orange, blue does not equal green, red does not equal orange, blue does not equal green. So this one has none of them that are correct, that are matching themselves. This one also has none of them that are correct. When we did the yellow corners, they all had one. So this is why I work with more cubes than one at a time, so you can see the different options they're going to come up with, instead of just walking you through one cube, one solution, which may or may not help the cube that's in your hands. So, la-di-da-di-da. All right, so this one has one that matches, so I'm going to do that last. These ones don't have one that matches, so after I do for my formula B and then A to bring the color back to the top again, we will have one side that matches. Right now, none of them do. So, doesn't matter which way I hold it if none of them match, because it's going to be advantageous either way. Someone's outside. Okay, so one row, two columns, formula B. Every other move is horizontal. Every other horizontal is the reverse of the one before it. For the columns, for every up, there's a down. And so it's only going to move the three pieces that I want to move. So, slide first up, reverse slide second up, slide first down, reverse slide second down. Our yellows are still happy because formula B, like I said, only moves three pieces. So everything that I've already done is going to stay where it is. And then formula A to bring the yellow white back to the top again. Out, down, in, up, out, down, in, up. White's on top. Slide it away to protect it. And continue with this piece. And as long as I don't turn the cube, my bottom is not going. My yellows. See, if I look at it now, it looks like, oh no, I messed up. No, you didn't. You gotta trust the cube. Trust yourself. Trust the process. Okay, white's on top on all four corners. Yellow's happy again. And now there will be one side that matches. In this case, it's green. So let's do the same thing with this one. Slide up, slide up, slide down, and formula A, right into formula A to bring the whites back to the top. And now we have the side that matches is the orange one. All right, so all of these are in a situation where formula B and then A is going to then have us, the second four corners will be set. So, matching color facing away, slide up, slide down, and we just move 3 cubes around. Out, down, and up, out, down, and up, slide to protect, out, down, and up, out, down, and up, slide to protect, out, down, and up, out, down, and up, and the white's on top again. And so this time the second 4 corners are correct to each other, first 4 corners are still correct to each other, so I'm going to rotate the top layer until the top and bottom are correct to each other, and boom, these 4 corners are done. Same with this one. Yellows are happy, and the green is my matching color. It faces away from me. Slide up, slide down, slide down. Formula A, don't twist it. Formula A to bring, don't rotate, I meant. Formula A to bring the white back to the top. Slide it away and keep going. Do. Slide it away and keep going. And when the second 4 corners are correct to each other, the first 4 corners are still correct to each other. Rotate the top row to make the top and bottom match. And boom, these 8 corners are done. Okay, last one. The yellows are down, face down. The whites are on top. The matching side is green, so I face it away from me, facing as if headlights are driving in the car I'm driving. So, Formula B: slide up, slide down, and A to bring the color back to the top. Do. Slide, keep going, and as long as I have not rotated my cube when I was doing that, my first 4 corners are still correct. My second 4 corners are now correct to each other, and slide the top as needed until the top and bottom match, and boom. So the 8 corners are done on all of these. On the 2x2, it's solved, and on everything else, the corners establish what color each face is going to be. La-di-da-di-da. So, how are you guys doing today? What plans do you have today? Are you going to work? Are you going to school? Are you going Christmas shopping? I'm going to go babysit my grandbabies today, so that will be fun. Okay, so A and B works on all corners. Let me come up with. The only thing that's missing from A and B is a parity algorithm. A parity is an ugly thing that happens on larger cubes that doesn't happen on 3x3. Since the 3x3 was the original, everything that can't happen on the original is a parity. So, however, a parity is a lie. A parity is when it looks like there's 2 pieces and only 2 pieces that need to be switched, and everything else appears to be correct. Keyword there is appears to be, because if it were correct, you wouldn't have a parity, because there's always, if there's any piece that needs to be moved, there's always 3 pieces. You cannot have just 2 pieces that need to be moved. And if it looks like there is, there's a third piece that you don't see. And the third piece that you don't see is literally the piece that you don't see. So, for example, I usually have a parity set up here, but I don't. So if you have 2 edge pieces and only 2 edge pieces, the third piece is the center, is the slice of the cube that it's 1/4 turn off. Just as if this were a cube instead of a spinner toy, if the center is 1/4 turn off, then you cannot solve the cube in that orientation. You can't get that on a 3x3 because you can always see exactly where the center is supposed to be, and you can move the center correctly before you start moving your edges, and so you know the center's in the correct piece because the center doesn't move relation to itself. But when you get to where the center pieces move, you have the option of them being a quarter turn off. More correctly, either an even number of turns off from solve or an odd number of turns off from solve. So if it's an odd number of turns, it's the equivalent of 1/4 turn, because two turns and you can have a cube in that orientation. That's just boxes. So the cube, the slice that is touching your parity is a quarter turn off. Rotate that cube a quarter turn in either direction, and now your pieces are in a solvable state, and the parity has dissolved itself. No more parity, poof, all gone. If you have already done your centers, if most people do centers first and work out, if you've already done your centers and then you do the parity quarter turn, you have to redo the centers, but that's okay, because if they had been correct, you wouldn't have had a parity. So they were visually correct, but they weren't correct because that center was a quarter turn off. And you can have a parity on a void cube as well, because you can't see what the color the center is supposed to be. So formula A brings piece to the top, turns it around. Formula B moves 3 pieces around. Top row outside corners works on the outside columns, works on the corners. Outside inside columns work on edges, and 2 inner columns work on centers. And with that, that's all you need to solve a cube. I'm looking for someone named Barb, because I ran into her yesterday. She complimented my cube, my purse. And as a result, we got to talking. And she's decided to add solving the cube to her New Year's resolution. So I told her where to find me and said that I would be happy if she introduces herself. I'd be happy to teach her online. So because that's always fun for me. All right, so corners are now done. That feels like a good pausing place for me because no one's chatting. So I thank you for letting me be in the background of your day as you get ready for your day. I appreciate you joining me. So go have a wonderful day. Be nice to yourself, and I'll be back here tomorrow. Actually, it's Friday, so I'll be back here later this afternoon as well. So come back and join me. Bye, you guys.